Hello students, I'm Dr. Leena. Today I'm going to explain what is front-end and back-end in the VLSI and all the career opportunities inside the VLSI digital design. Before going into session, please subscribe our channel. In VLSI, we have front-end part and back-end part. By using both the front-end and back-end, we design our tape-out. And then we do some verification. After completing all the verifications, we give our tape out to the foundry where the chip is finally made. So today in this video, we are going to see what is front end, what is back end, what are all the process carried out in the front end and back end, and what are all the job roles available. Front end VLSI is the logical and functional design phase of a chip. It decides what the chip should do. And backend, it is the physical design stage. It deals with how the chip looks physically on the silicon. As I told, by using both, we do our tape out. Then it is fabricated in the foundry. That is the actual manufacturing of the chip in the semiconductor foundry. First, let's see the front end and what all the process carried out in the front end. First, we plan and decide what will the chip do and how blocks interact. After planning is complete, we start writing RTL code. Once after writing the RTL code, we write test bench and then we simulate it and do functional verification. After completing the functional verifications, we do synthesis process and generate gate level netlist. This gate level netlist with some files, it is given for the LEC checking. After completing this LEC checking, we do post synthesis simulation. After completing this post synthesis simulation and confirming that our RTL code is correct and the synthesized gate level netlist is correct, we give our gate level netlist, constraint files along with few other files. We'll be giving it to the backend to make the tape out. This is our final tape out. This is done using physical design. In the physical design, flow planning, power planning, placement, CTS, routing and post routing simulations, everything carried out and it generates GDS2. This GDS2 is given for verification. In the verification, DRC checking and LBS checking is done. Once it clears the DRC and LBS, we do post layout simulation. Once after doing the post layout simulation, we give our tape out and few files for the foundry to make the chip. Now let's see VLSI front end and back end job roles. First we are seeing the front end job roles. The first one is RTL design engineer. RTL design engineer writes the chip's logic code using Verilog or System Verilog. Then SOC design engineer. SOC design engineer integrates multiple IP blocks into one complete single system on chip. The next role is IP design engineer. IP design engineer creates small functional blocks that can be reused in many chips. The next role is verification engineer. Verification engineer tests the design to find and fix bugs. The next role is UVM verification engineer. UVM verification engineer builds advanced test benches using universal verification methodology. Then next one is formal verification engineer. Formal verification engineer uses mathematical analysis to ensure design behaves correctly in all possible conditions. The next role is FPGA engineer. FPGA engineers implement the RTL design on FPGA boards to test real hardware behavior before ASIC tapeout. The next role is emulation engineer. Emulation engineers validate large SoC designs using emulators. The next is DFT engineer. DFT engineers add special testing logic inside the chip so that after manufacturing, engineers can easily detect defects and faults. The next role is ATPG engineer. These engineers generate test patterns to detect manufacturing faults. The next role is low power design engineer. These engineers ensure chip consumes less power by adding power intent files and low power techniques. The next one is CDC and RDC engineer. These engineers check clock and reset domain crossing issues. The next one is system architect. System architect defines overall chip architecture and specification, decides what the chip should do, how blocks are connected, and overall performance goal of the chip. The next one is synthesis engineer. Synthesis engineer converts the RTL to gate level netlist. Next, let's see the backend job roles. The first one is physical design engineer. Physical design engineers implement chips layout from netlist. Then floor plan engineer, they plan macro and block placement on chip. Then power plan engineer. Power plan engineers design chips power grid structure. The next role is placement engineer. These engineers place standard cells in the layout. The next one is CTS engineer. CTS engineers build clock tree network inside chip. Then routing engineer. Routing engineers connect placed cells using metal layers. The next role is STA engineer. STA engineers perform setup and hold timing checks. Then timing closure engineer. These engineers fix timing violations before tapeout. The next role is physical verification engineers. These engineers perform DRC LVS checks on layout. Then signal integrity engineer. They analyze noise, crosstalk and reliability. The next role is IR drop or EM engineer. They check power network reliability issues. Then power analysis engineer. These engineers analyze dynamic and leakage power. Then echo engineer. These engineers fix late stage design issues. Then sign off engineers. Final approval before chip manufacturing is given by the sign off engineers. Now we are going to see common job roles in VLSI. The first one is ASCII design engineer. These engineers work across RTL and physical implementation. The next one is CAD EDA engineer. These engineers develop automation scripts and flow tool. The next job role is application engineer. They support customers using EDA tools. The next one is product engineer. Product engineers bridge design and semiconductor manufacturing. The next role is test engineer. Test engineers test fabricated chips in the lab. Next one is failure analysis engineer. These engineers investigate chip failures and defects. The next one is reliability engineer. These engineers ensure long-term chip reliability. The next one is packing engineer. Packing engineers design chip packing and integration. The final one is field application engineer. These engineers provide technical support to clients. So, the VLSI is not just a subject. It is a career ecosystem. Frontend builds brain and backend builds the body. And together, they create the chip that powers the world. The question left us, which path will you choose? Don't learn randomly. Pick a direction, build skills, and enter the semiconductor industry with confidence. Thank you. Subscribe our channel.